And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You look at Butler. He's all the way up there at number 3 in the Eastern Conference fan voting.
And you'd be crazy not to give him your vote. What he's done this season has been nothing short of spectacular.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. So here's Miami's starting group. We've got Jay Crowder, Iguodala out there with Dragic. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Butler at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. Trey Burke is out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. You know, for a while, Smitty, there was some talk of eliminating conferences altogether. But the East has begun to turn things around and starting to emerge again.
You know, Kevin, me and you have been around a long time. It's going to always flip-flop back and forth. It was the East and it was the West. And I think right now, the East right now is turning that corner. In a couple of years, it will probably be the dominant conference. I like the way it is. I don't want to see them eliminate conferences.
I agree. Good point. Here's Butler. The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Dragic. To the middle, Crowder with the steal. Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
To the paint. Got a piece of it. Crowder with the steal. Dragic the pass to Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
The quickness of Jimmy Butler is the reason why he got that bucket.
Maybe not the biggest name in free agency, but Jimmy Butler definitely a star player on the market.
A handful of teams were very interested in him, expressed interest in playing for Miami, and got his wish via sign and trade. We'll see if he can make them a contender in the East.
Both good from the line that time. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
And it goes down 2 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Dragic taking his time here. He's off on that one, so the Mavericks will take it the other way.
0 for 3 now in the early going, just a little.
Nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I'm Michael Phelps. Come on, partner, get your breath up, but that don't equal well. But you can't help out your partners unless you done help yourself. So I need more than kudos and a high five. Cause I went from sidelines to the limelight. And I shine bright, ice cold bars, Klondike. And I never move with dope. This ain't blindside, oh. Finite, but you feel the...
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce.
You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Oh! Okay, all right, that's it. That's payback. We're good. We're good. The game can end.
Oh, Giannis. Look at Giannis taking over the game. Great first pick by me. Easy bucket. Easy bucket. Whoosh. I'm a good sport. Just kidding.
Oh, good block. All right, 10-9. Sub to be the first one. Give me that LeBron. Woo! There it is. Sub, you're the first guy to beat the challenge. How's that make you feel? It's LeBron. There you go. That's what he does.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Vanilla.
Me too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody thinks I'm so weird.
I know, they think I'm boring.
Right, me too.
So on a scale of 9 to 10, how much do you think this is going to change your life?
12 and a half? Yeah, for sure.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Hello and thanks for joining us. Anoche la NBA. The NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, it took 5 long months, but Anthony Davis's trade request was finally granted. And now he has a new start in Los Angeles alongside LeBron James. And the Lakers now boast 2 top 10 players. Kevin, this is a team with legitimate championship aspirations.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. Well, we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Adebayo.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's none in a point. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Now here's Butler trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Charlotte. Clock at 6. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Butler just exploits that pick and roll defense. A tough physical guy who's hard to guard in those sets.
Here's LeBron. Ball's knocked loose. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Here's Nunn. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Robinson. Kicks it to Butler. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside, utilizes his height and strength well, and varies that release point.
James dishes to McGee. Left side, Davis. Over Jones. That's good from Davis on the assist by McGee.
I don't know how you contest AD's jump shot. I mean, look how tall he is and where he shoots it from. Nobody's bothering that.
Nunn passes to Butler. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Robinson down low. He's against Green. McGee with the block. Floats it up for Davis. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one,
A
Kevin.
little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Here's Nunn. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Butler on the wing. Jones trying to get open. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Look at the Heat. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
And right now for Miami, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
Now, they can't miss 4 for 4 and warming up the burner.
The Heat, their last game, a loss to Charlotte. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Nunn passes to Robinson. Now here's Butler. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Over Davis. And it's Butler missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Davis drives in.
And once Davis got some speed under him, everyone was expecting him to go for that dunk, which is exactly what you got.
The Heat trail by 6. Nunn passes to Butler. Over Caldwell Pope. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 6 points.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Green dishes to McGee. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and the basket is good. James has got his second bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Nunn, and Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. He'd make a heck of a volleyball player.
And it's denied. Here's Nunn, and that one is stuffed right through.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
He's perfect from the line this time. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
And it's Butler missing. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Passes it to Green. Jones against LeBron. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. That's now 8 points for LeBron.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And the trade for Anthony Davis a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Terrific awareness among this collection of centers and power forwards. The big men averaging the most assists per contest over the previous 10 games. Fourth, Bam Adebayo.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Well, an offense that's unpredictable can be tough to guard. The ball doesn't go into the low post and never come out. It keeps moving thanks to their passing ability and playing unselfish basketball.
Here's Nunn, just 5 on the clock. Butler from outside. And James pulls it down. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 16-6 run. Davis. That one off the back iron and out. The Heat trail by 8. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen by McGee. James with it. He's got 8. And it's McGee with the jam.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Now here's Butler. He's got 6. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
And it's really easy to appreciate Butler. I mean, especially how he just fends off contact on those difficult attempts.
Here's Green. No points in the game yet for him. James looking around. And finished off by LeBron.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Robinson after the basket by Los Angeles. Right wing. Here's Nunn, guarded by Green with the shot. But they recover it. And Adebayo throws it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Now here's Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Nunn. James covering. Out left to the wing. Here's Adebayo. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just doing the job on the backboard. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Robinson passes to Adebayo. Here's Nunn. Great tee that time from Green.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Pass to McGee. Davis kicks to LeBron. Offensive rebound. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's He's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And the Heat call time here. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Anthony Davis. Smith checked in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Waiters in for Green. Unloads from 9. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Now here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. The shot comes out. LeBron James on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And stolen by James. And LeBron throws it down.
LeBron staying on the attack here. He knows when he can take over the game. It's whenever he wants to.
Here's Hero. He's guarded by Waiters. Hero passes to Olynyk. Iguodala against Smith. Shot to stop the run, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
And he knocks down the first one.
And as most of us expected, Andre Iguodala continues to be a huge factor for anybody that he plays for. With his athleticism waning just a little bit, it's his experience and know-how that impacts the game the most. Just being in the right spot at the right time, taking the right calculated gamble. Andre Iguodala still impacting games at his age.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And for Iguodala, Brent, staying strong late in his career, he claims that taking up golf has helped him.
You know how many NBA coaches have tried to get away with that very same thing, Kevin? Almost all of them. But according to what Andre says is the more that he goes out and plays golf and challenges himself as he's playing the course and staying with it mentally, he feels like the more that's helping him on the court. And as he gets to this advanced age where athleticism is going away, it's more about the mindset and the mind games. So tee it up. Maybe that's helping Andre in ways that we don't know about. He's still effective.
Free throw good, LeBron.
We watch LeBron and we marvel at him, but how hard that LeBron James works at his craft and continues to push the bar for himself physically is one of the things that you have to appreciate the most.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Here's Iguodala. The pass to Olynyk. Here's the three. Drills it from outside.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Lakers leading by 15. LeBron outside. That's tipped. Waiters outside. Dishes it to Howard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Hero. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shoots. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Well, it was, because they got to play a lot of the second half against the second unit. The guys that ordinarily would have been out there were stuck on the bench with all those fouls. Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Kuzma outside. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Lakers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Find the lane. One shot.
And no good on the technicals, so unable to pick that one up.
Pretty evident the kind of player that J.R. Smith is, really a Wild West gunner and a guy who can win you games and sometimes put your team in a little bit of a bind if he gets streaky shooting the basketball.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for LeBron. Leonard, he's checked in for Miami. Now here's Howard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Smith for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Here's Hero. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard. The Heat have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Lakers have possession. It's an 18-point lead. And here is Waiters. To the left side wing. Here's Kuzma. Second shot opportunity. Good work defensively by Crowder.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get...
Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin? They just did that.
Yeah. Oh, beats the buzzer from way down. Boy, these fans are stunned.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. great rebounding. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
On the attack right from the tip. They've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Heat, they've got Iguodala. He's out there with Dragic. Myers Leonard is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Silva in at the power forward position. Well, Dion Waiters, the epitome of a player that can shoot you in or out of a game. Very hit or miss night to night.
Yeah, the thing about Dion is he's got a very short memory, Kevin, so he'll continue to fire it up there and try to make an impact in the game offensively. You're either on Waiters Island where it's full of life on nights where he's hitting it, or it's completely deserted, and there's no point in going.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing currently who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph to some degree was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
Role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. So it's Miami now after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Iguodala and the jam by Andre Iguodala.
That's something Iguodala would like to do just about every time, a good scorer around the rim.
Lakers leading by 16. Smith outside. Pass to Kuzma. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot. And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Kuzma. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And the Lakers making a change here. Morris is checked in. And so he hits both. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Dragic looking it over. He kicks to Iguodala. Now Crowder. He's got 5. Over Morris. Shot by Crowder, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. In third, the Lakers.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Dragic with it. Guarded now by Morris. The 15-footer, and it's Miami with another.
Got to respect the mid-range play of Goran Dragic right there. The left-handed point guard strokes it well.
Smith outside. Passes it to Kuzma. Pass to Caruso. From past the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Caruso's got his first 3 points of the game.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
It's good. 9 points for Goran Dragic.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Now here's Waiters and the pass to Kuzma. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Morris against Dragic. Over Morris. Here's Silva. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Heat have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. First free throw is good. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on its own accord for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Hands it from downtown.
How about the awareness there for Butler? The D goes to sleep and Jimmy finds the wide open man.
Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Green, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Lakers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. The first one falls.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
And both free throws good for Green. The Heat trail by 16. Right side Robinson. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Caruso. Now Davis. Guarded by Robinson. Davis surveying the floor. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Green. Tight defense on him. That one good for 2. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's Caruso. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Caruso's got 5 now. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Nunn. 5 points in the game, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. James checked in for Alex Caruso. Olynyk, he's checked in for Miami. Here's Adebayo. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Adebayo's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
LeBron outside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Nunn, covered by LeBron, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and Adebayo throws it down.
Chemistry at its best, an unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Now here's James. He's got 21. Back to Green. Robinson pulls it in. The Heat trail by 16. Here's Nunn. He dishes it to Robinson. Off target from three-point range. The drive by James.
Now LeBron on the roll. This time rocks it.
He'd have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Robinson passes to Nunn. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
James with it. He's got 23. Caldwell-Pope outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. It's hauled in by the Heat. 3 on 3. Here's Nunn. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Here's Nunn, covered by LeBron. Here's Nunn. He's got 7. Over James. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Nunn can't get it to fall.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Morris right side. Good on the shot. Morris has got his first basket.
I mean, it looks simple, but LeBron makes it look that way, Kevin.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Nunn. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Davis.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Heat have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Howard's checked in for the Lakers. And Miami also making a switch. Heroes checked in for Robinson. Davis finds James. Another shot. Howard's shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Hero, guarded by Green, and And here's Olynyk from the arc. No good that time. And it's the Lakers the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. James outside. With the fadeaway. Rebound by Olynyk.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And that one's good by Butler.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Here's Nunn. Following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Nunn passes to Butler. 1:10 left in the first half of the game. Down low, Olynyk. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his third assist on the night.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
It's LeBron with the drive.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. 3 on 3. Passes it to LeBron. Again, the Lakers.
The in-between game showing off here by LeBron. Does his share of damage from the mid-range, and another one there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Butler, here we go, over Caldwell-Pope. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell-Pope, and it's Waiters in for Green. And Miami with a change here, too. Jones is checked in. Pass to Olynyk. 6 to shoot. Now here's Butler, who's guarded by Davis. From deep three-point range, Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Kuzma. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles, cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I mean, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
More often than not, Ernie, LeBron tries to involve his teammates early, but he came in ready to.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Now here's Caldwell Pope. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by.
Well, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Here's Nunn. To the inside. Adebayo throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on JaVale McGee.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert. Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally. He does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. From 12 feet out. No good that time. And the Lakers take it the other way. And with Adebayo and finishing plays, Brent, he is a terrific dunker.
No doubt. Guys are looking for him all over the rim, and you could throw it just about anywhere, and Bam is going to go up and just look for that. Bam right on you. Great energy, great athleticism, and continues to find ways in which he can make solid offensive contributions for the Heat. And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Nunn passes to Butler. Here's Nunn. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Nunn can't get it to fall. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. That's a 2 from Butler. Rebounded by the Lakers.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Here's Green. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The defender there makes a poor choice, underestimating Green's savvy. Results in a trip to the line.
The Lakers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
2 shots.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Green. Both free throws good from Green. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Nunn. James covering. Robinson dishes to Butler. From 15 feet away, and that one hits back iron.
The team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Here's Adebayo, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Davis. The Heat have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. That free throw, no good. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Now here's James. He has 35. Over Dragic. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Robinson against Green. Shot on the wing. Robinson misses.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Smith on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Smith the pass to James. Takes a three. Unable to get that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Smith against Dragic. There's the pass to Jones. Davis against Robinson. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Smith in the posts. The dish to Davis. That shot, no good. Heat shooting the ball at 42%. Butler in the corner. Baseline J on the way. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
And you got to love seeing Butler pull up from here. His jumper is a big part of his offensive game.
And here's McGee. Kicks to LeBron. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 8 here in the quarter.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's Robinson. McGee with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for the Lakers. The Heat also changing it up. Leonard, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Jay Crowder comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Iguodala in for Robinson. On defense, the Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Caruso. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. The drive by Iguodala and the jam by Andre Iguodala.
You just don't want to give Andre Iguodala that kind of lane because you get that kind of highlight.
Caruso, the pass to McGee. Here's Caruso. He's got 5. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Here's Iguodala. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Using his height perfectly on the inside. Iguodala making the D get physical with his play.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
Markieff Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Here's Davis. And the Lakers with another miss.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 9. Here's Adebayo. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Caruso kicks to James. Right side Davis. That time from Leonard.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Dragic finds Iguodala. And Adebayo throws it down.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Here's Caruso. He's got 5. Outside, Davis. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Davis. And Dion Waiters subbed in for LeBron. And Miami also making a switch. Heroes checked in. Pass to Kuzma. Clock at 6. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Now here's Dragic. He's guarded closely.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
It's Kuzma penetrating. Here's Morris. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Iguodala left side. That shot is off. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Rockets the pass to Leonard. Inside, Iguodala. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Iguodala's leadership is really unsurpassed. Steve Kerr calling him the adult in the room. His teammates definitely listen and respect all things that he offers up.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Howard's checked in. Now Kuzma. He has 7. Now here's Waiters. Back to Kuzma. Got it. Good job in the low post. Kuzma's got 9.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot.
Pass to Dragic. 11 feet away. A rebound by the Lakers. Howard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. The first free throw is good. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
And Goran Dragic drops them both. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Count it.
And gotta feel helpless at times if you're the defense. Kuzma just fantastic at converting despite their best efforts.
Here's Hero. Dishes it to Dragic. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Terrific patience around the paint area from Dragic there. Calmly knocks one down from the interior.
Pass to Kuzma. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Hero. He kicks it to Dragic. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
The Lakers making a switch here. And Miami with a change here, too. Nunn's checked in. Caldwell Pope left side. Here's Kuzma. Another miss by Kuzma.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
1:10 left in the third quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And with this chance, we can show you the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Those are the season's top shot blocking teams. The Lakers, number 1.
And sometimes a team will get one guy who can block. Other times a guy finds ways to get others involved in blocking. It can be contagious. If he can do it, why not me? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're leading the league in block.
Butler, he's checked in for Miami. And there's the feed to Howard. Shoots over Olynyk, and there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Waiters. Waiters got his 6th assist on the night. Nunn passes to Butler. Here's Nunn. Back to Butler. And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And that one misses.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Bounce pass from Waiters. Three-pointer. Miami grabs the miss. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Butler with the ball. 13 points in the game. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. They've got Jimmy Butler, Hero out there with Olynyk, and it's Nunn in at the 1. Now here's Butler. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, that reach of Dwight Howard is so impressive. A dominant shot blocker and a tremendous athlete.
Kuzma can't get it to go. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Hero. He's guarded by Howard. Hero passes to Nunn. Shot clock at 6. Butler against Kuzma. And it's Butler missing. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Up there for Howard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
You have to get in front of Dwight Howard. When he has that kind of room to soar, he's going to finish alley-oops with style.
Hero passes to Nunn. Caldwell Pope against Butler. Over Caldwell Pope. That doesn't go either for Butler.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
For Miami, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Olynyk. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Outside, Green. And Howard with the stuff.
And you'd like him to be a little bit more dependable on these and-one opportunities and see that free throw percentage go up just a bit, but fending off the defense and showing them who the big man is.
Well, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
And the Heat call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. On Friday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers. LA has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Now here's Waiters. D right on him. 13 feet away. That one goes. Count it.
Well, he can really change directions off the dribble. Waiters knows exactly how to carve out some room.
Here's Nunn. The pass to Jones. Trying his luck from deep. He can't get that one. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Caldwell Pope dishes to Waiters. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting, free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Miami. Silva, the pass to Jones. Iguodala against Waiters. Iguodala, that's good.
Oh, we've seen this so much throughout Andre Iguodala's career, just a gamer who refuses to let the defense get to him.
Now here's Waiters. He dishes it to Dudley. Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Waiters. From 12 feet out. And it's Waiters again missing. He'd have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Nunn. And he banks in the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Smith outside. Here is Cook. The dish now to McGee. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
And the Heat making a change here. Crowder's checked in.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Here's Nunn. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Now, here's Waiters. Back to McGee. 5 on the clock. Here's Cook. Again, Los Angeles.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot again. His teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Nunn, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the Lakers get called for the foul.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
J.R. Smith. 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Smith. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Waiters. Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. J.R. Smith hits them both. And it's the Heat with the ball. And here's Dragic. There are many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there?
I don't want to get into the specifics
okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
Two shots. Two.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the strike. Brent, we're talking about home court advantage. Do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory, but it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Miami's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range, and it's Iguodala with the jam.
Some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Passes to Dudley. Kicks to Smith. Over to the wing. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And again, no good by the Lakers. And Miami shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Leonard finds Dragic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, you watch Goran Dragic play, and Brent, he's so deceptive with his movement, both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why, Kevin, is the change of speeds. I also add the fact that guys who can handle the ball and are crafty and are left-handed, boy, it's tough on a nightly basis to change up your mindset to guard a guy who you know is going to go left all the time as opposed to right. Trust me, in practice, I had to do that with Manu Ginobili a ton of time in San Antonio. Dragic, similar. Great use of speed change.
First one falls for him. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Now here is Smith, 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Caruso bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that equals his three-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first three of this half.
Here's Dragic. An easy 2 points on the layup. Dragic has got 4 this quarter.
It's an energy boost not only for the player but for the team when Dragic gets hit like that and still finishes over the defense. His teammates are pumped.
Now here is Smith. Lets it go with a three. Hits it from three-point range.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And he comes up with the deuce. Dragic has got 19 points.
Well, right now, it seems like he's hitting everything. He is really on a tear.
Hill against Smith. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
not in
NBA.
Today's game, and not with what's at stake.
And out of bounds is Los Angeles Kings possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. And Miami also making a switch. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Leonard. And it's Cook with the ball for Los Angeles. 1:53 left in the game. Here's McGee. It's blocked. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the fourth. That's good. He's 5 for 9. Here's Dragic. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And credit Dragic for the off-season dribbling drills for that one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And he can't hit the second. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Now Kuzma, after the missed 3 from Iguodala. Pass to Caruso. McGee with it. He's covered by Iguodala. The shot's good from McGee.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Iguodala, the pass to Silva. There's Dragic with the three. No good. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout and never looked back. And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.